Ladies and gentlemen, today, June the 23rd of 2025, this was a video I was planning not to make, and a day that I hoped would come maybe after November, but sadly guys, today, Paul Rodgers and Simon Kirke of Bad Company have had to share with us that their brother and co-founder, along with Paul, Mick Ralphs, has suddenly passed away after dealing with complications from a stroke he suffered that unfortunately left him unable to use his right side of his body. Literally, guys, just a few minutes ago, Paul and Simon announced the news that Mick has passed away today, June the 23rd of 2025. And I say that Mick's passing is especially sad because, guys, Paul, Mick, Simon, and Boz were just a few months away from finally taking their rightful place as members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and now the band has sadly lost two of its founding members and brothers, along with the passing of former singer Brian Howe as well. But let's be honest, guys, Brian was just not an insignificant footnote in Bad Company's history, but come on, without Paul Rodgers, there is no Bad Company. And you could make the argument that certainly now that Mick and Boz are both gone, maybe Paul and Simon did make the right decision to stop performing under the band's name when they did, even though that was due to Paul suffering some mini strokes and health issues of his own. But again, guys, today, Bad Company has lost another one of its founding fathers. Mick Ralphs has passed away. Rest in power, Mick. Tell Boz we all said aye, and certainly say aye to your friend from Free as well, Mr. Paul Klossoff. Again, this is so unfortunate, guys. I'll be honest. To me, Simon is an integral part of Bad Company, as was Boz, for real. But I think we can all agree that without Mick Ralphs and certainly the legendary Paul Rodgers, Bad Company would have never risen from the ashes of Free, and now only two of its founders remain. Even though Mick would have been unable to attend the ceremony anyway due to his poor health and not being able to play guitar anymore due to his stroke, it is still unfortunate that he had to finally succumb to his health just a few months before the band was finally going to take their rightful place in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for creating some of the most well-known and beloved music in history. So I say to Paul and Simon now, make Mick and Buzz both proud at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because they both will be sadly no longer here, even though they both should be, and they both deserve to be up there playing. And that's another thing, guys. The reason Brian Howe is not being inducted into the Hall of Fame with Simon, Mick, Paul, and Boz is because now the Hall of Fame establishment itself determines who goes in and who does not. But the other reason is because Brian's time with the band wasn't the real Bad Company. Bad Company was and will always be Mick Ralphs, rest in power. Mr. Boz Burrell, rest in power. Simon Kirke, and of course, Mr. Paul Rodgers. Again, rest in power to Mick Ralphs of Bad Company, everybody.